Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of Market Me Social, Be Social Simple. So glad to have you back with us today. And today is a special episode because I have no idea what it's about, other than the fact that my sister told me that she was going to interview me. So, unscripted and raw. Hey, sis, how are you? Welcome back. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you. I am so looking forward to this one today.
Yeah, I don't know if this is this payback for any unfortunate incidents that happened when we were children, or if I was a mean brother at any time. I don't know. We'll see how it
No,
goes.
no, because
Okay.
you were never mean, and we were always playing jokes on you, so I couldn't be that.
Oh, so this is just a continuation of life. Okay, yeah, no, okay, I can get down with that. I'm totally used to that script, so no problem whatsoever.
But then let's jump in. What a lot of people probably don't know is that we've worked together over the years, and a lot of different things, from growing up working at dad's shop, maintenance, all of it. We grew up there. You got me my first job at the floral wholesale house as a receptionist. We've kind of worked off and on with each other, but that's kind of where we went our separate ways. I grew up, you went one way, I went the other. But that's when your focus kind of changed and you really started diving into marketing. That's where you started doing the public speaking, working with LMS systems. This all spanning over years. But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, very first of all, like, coming from where we started out, young, to where you are today, what was your mantra? What was the driving belief behind your career progression? What brought you to where you are today?
Yeah. Well, that's a loaded question. You know, I think the big impact for me was when social media really started to take hold, and everybody was wondering why, what, how, when, where. And I listened to a lot of great thought leaders, Scott Stratton, Chris Brogan, uh, Jay Bear, a few others for sure that were a big part of how I was trying to make sure I understood where I was going to go. And I found that it resonated already with things that I had done pre-digital. So running that company in Florida, we didn't have any of this stuff, but we still had to fundamentally provide a great customer experience. And so marketing to me was just being able to tell a story about how much we want to serve and be able to showcase that. Now we had a beautiful platform. We had social media, we had blogging, we had podcasting, and other tools in order to be able to get that message out there. And the message was more about how can we help people? How can our products help people? And not so much about here, buy my stuff. So that was it just was a natural fit. It was just easy. Like I'm like, okay, I get this. I'm in. Let's start spreading the word. Let's start making a difference with how we connect people and how we tell people the stories about who we are and what our businesses do.
Nice. And I can attest to that because when I started my company 5 years ago, you were my guru. You basically were the puppet master behind the scenes telling me what I needed to do. You introduced me to social media marketing, the whole nine. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. You pulled out that dialogue, and one of the reasons why I think my company is a success is because of the advice you gave and the mentorship that you supplied to me. I've always loved your viewpoint. I'm not here to sell my stuff. I'm here to give you something of value. I'm going to help you. And that has been our company's mantra. And it works. We're, year
Yep.
5. That, like you said, even in the last decade, marketing has shifted like at an unbelievable rate. It's so different
Mm-hmm.
from where we were 10 years ago to where we are today. New outlets, best practices seem to be changing all the time. Even the way now with COVID, how we network with business partners or with our customers. It gets really overwhelming very quickly. If you're a small company, large company, it doesn't seem to matter. So your tag from the beginning, Market Me Social, Be Social Simple. How has this helped you turn and match all of these changes and continue to help your clients?
Yeah, another good question, sis. And that also came really simply, believe it or not. Like it wasn't hard. That was just the way it had to be. Like the Mandalorian, this is the way, that's just the way it had to be. I couldn't see any other way because everybody was so wrapped up in the technology. How does Facebook work? How does Twitter work? How does Instagram work? These questions were constant, and that's fine. I've provided many workshops over the years, especially for the Institute of Real Estate Management, and they have been a huge value to be able to get comfortable. But the connection between the platform and the message is always simple. You you have to have that culture already inherent to your company. If you do, then it's going to be simple. It's going to be very, very easy. It's going to be easy for that to come across because it doesn't matter what you do. If your customers hate you, you can be on any kind of social media network that you want. It's not going to do you any good whatsoever. But if that persona that you are looking to acquire in a digital space is already there offline, then it's just going to be simple. So that's been the idea when I do speaking sessions, especially, is yeah, we're going to talk about some technology, but I also want you to make sure that you're connecting the dots to, like, what are you already doing? And if you don't have your foundation already in place for your employee brand recognition, your overall brand recognition, your culture, then it's going to be very, very difficult to get that message. It will come across as not as impactful and not as honest as you're wanting, and people will be able to see through that. We live in such a crazy world of cancel culture. It doesn't take much to really get your name messed up out there. So foundation is critical, and that's the simple approach, and that will pay off.
And yeah, like I said, I firmly believe in that. I've seen so many companies where you can just look at their marketing and you're just like, eh, like they're just trying to
Yeah.
sell me something. Like they don't value me. They don't need my business. Like you can tell, people can tell. And by following your premise, what you have talked about and taught in many workshops of that honesty, that value driven service, it does make such a huge difference. And like you said, it's simple. If that's who you are already, you're just pushing it out into that media, which is perfect. So
Yeah.
now I wanted to have some fun. Everybody has growing pains, everybody has learning experiences, and you tend to get yourself into tight spots. And I know we've exploited that over the years as your siblings. So
Yeah.
tell me, what were possibly not necessarily embarrassing, but some teachable moments that you walked away from going, oh my, how did that just happen? Some fun spots.
So from a business perspective, just
Yes.
overall, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think there's lessons every day. And my biggest challenge and has been, especially with growing this business, is being able to do what I'm doing right now. I've always been able to do it for other people. My role in a corporate environment, that was my job, was that have that creativity, be able to do speaking, write blogs, be in social media. And I never had the time to do it for my company. And so I think if there was a lesson learned, like you have to have that time. You have to be able to have that time to do it for your own, like your own benefit. Learn what's out there. Don't get behind. Always try to be up to date with what is going on. And I think the other item, and I don't know if this was it's not necessarily um, a bad thing. It's just being able to quickly adapt. So when I first started learning search engine optimization, that's what it was. It was learning. It was absolutely learning. And I made mistakes. Uh, how I thought Google would do things didn't always come out the way I thought it would happen. And so being able to change and make those adjustments, and how I thought, branding would work for certain type of business model didn't always work out the way I envisioned it to be. And so I needed to be able to change. But that served me well. We've been in business now for about 6+ years, around there. And and I'm still learning. We're still trying to get a grasp on what's going to work and how does media work. But I love it. And that's one of, I hear that a lot from people I teach. That's why they love marketing so much, because there's very little that's stale. It's if you think marketing is stale, then you're in the wrong profession. Marketing is very, very dynamic, and you have to be ready to learn those lessons and learn them the hard way and be able to say it out loud. Yeah, I messed that up. I didn't take the time to write the process out, to make sure it's documented well, to make sure that we've kind of went through maybe a SWOT analysis of some sort, to have that bigger picture. But all those things, you have to be open to them and not be upset about it, but be okay, and wake up the next day and just do a better job. Keep doing a better job.
Perfect. Good advice. Learn from it. Keep rolling. Laugh at yourself, and you know, look for those lessons in everything. So like you said, you finally have this time for Market Me Social that you haven't had before. So just to wrap everything up, to sum it up, what's your next big thing? So we're doing this, people are getting to know you. What do you want people out there to know about you, Jonathan, CEO of Market Me Social? What's the value you're trying to drive and bring home to people?
Yeah, another deep question. Well, I love educating people, and I know this is a brand new channel, and I am so grateful for the handful of people who listen to this show right now. And it I know it will continue, the message will continue to get out there, how passionate I am and how passionate our team is. It's not just me. We're a growing team, and the only reason we're able to serve our customers is because of everybody's efforts towards that cause. But for this show in particular, I want your feedback. I want to know what's on your mind, and for you to share with me, well, what are your pain points and what are you concerned about? What would you like to be educated about? Who can we have on this show and have that conversation about what's coming for any industry that we may be involved in? That's the goal. This is not to shine light on me, even though I appreciate you doing this, sis. This has been a lot of fun, um, being able to share a little bit of my history. But this show is for you, for every one of you who are listening, and we want to continue to make improvements. So your feedback in I laugh because when we have our planning meetings, I said, this isn't going to be a Grammy award-winning show. It's not like we have this crazy studio that we're filming this in. You're in Canada. I'm in Georgia, in the middle of nowhere, where my internet is not great. But I convert my office into, a decent little environment where we can do these shows. And we've been able to, not think that we have to have everything so perfect in order to do a show. You just got to do it. So if that's what you're thinking of doing, is doing a show, maybe we'll have that for another topic. What can you do to prepare? And just, no, I can't say that. That's Nike's thing.
Can't say that.
Just make your show. Be simple. Be social simple about making your show. There we go.
There you go. Perfect advice. Perfect advice. Because that's what we're doing here. And so there you go, guys. That's the call to action for this episode is, please, feedback. Tell us what you want to learn about. Pick Jonathan's brain. That's what we're here to do, is to educate and bring that marketing, tie everything in together, and just let's build that community.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, that was fun. Episode 9. We are at episode 9. So glad to have everyone here. Please, please share this with your network if you can. Give us that thumbs up, give us a review. And as my sis said, yes, we love your feedback. Share it in the comments, and or you can reach out to me on any social channels and give me your thoughts as well. So we'll see you guys on our next show. Take care, everyone.